In the opulent halls of Versailles, where the walls whispered secrets of an empire's fate, the last queen of France, Marie Antoinette, became a queen ensnared by destiny. Born into a lineage destined to control empires, she found herself at the heart of a revolution that would mark the end of the French monarchy. This narrative explores her celebrated elegance and the vilification that led to her dramatic fall amidst the flames of the French Revolution. Born in 1755 to the Habsburg monarchs, Empress Maria Theresa of Austria and Emperor Francis III, she was thrust into the limelight of European politics. At the tender age of 14, Marie Antoinette married Louis XVI, sealing a strategic union designed to strengthen the bonds between Austria and France. The young Archduchess crossed into France, leaving behind her Austrian family to embrace her role as the Dauphine and, eventually, the Queen of France. Her arrival was met with grandeur and expectation, but also with the daunting task of navigating the complex and often cutthroat French court. Versailles, a palace of immense beauty and opulence, became her new home and stage. Here, Marie Antoinette quickly became a trendsetter, celebrated for her exquisite fashion sense and her ability to charm the nobility and commoners alike. Despite her outward appearance of adapting well, Marie Antoinette faced profound challenges. Her marriage to Louis XVI was strained. He was an introverted man, more interested in locksmithing and hunting than in his queen or the affairs of state. This emotional distance left Marie Antoinette feeling isolated, pushing her towards lavish entertainments and extravagant spending as a means of coping with her loneliness and the pressures of court life. Marie Antoinette's role as a mother brought her great personal joy and solace amid the rigours of royal duties. She bore 4 children: Marie-Thérèse Charlotte, a beacon of hope who survived the turmoil of the Revolution; Louis-Joseph, the cherished heir whose early death from illness plunged the Queen into deep grief; Louis-Charles, a young duke burdened by destiny and tragedy; Sophie Hélène Beatrice, whose brief life ended before her first birthday, adding to the Queen's sorrows. To escape the growing pressures and scrutiny, Marie Antoinette indulged in gambling, a pastime that soon turned into nightly escapades involving vast sums. These sessions, though a private relief, became public scandals, symbolising to her critics a monarch disconnected from the economic hardships of her people. Compounding her challenges were the whispers of infidelity, particularly involving the dashing Count Axel von Fersen. A Swedish diplomat who became one of her closest confidants, Fersen was frequently at her side, providing companionship that her husband did not. Fersen was introduced to the French court in the late 1770s and quickly became a frequent visitor to Versailles. His handsome appearance, charm, and obvious devotion to Marie Antoinette sparked whispers among courtiers and the public alike. Their correspondence, which has survived to this day, suggests a deep emotional connection, with letters often signed with phrases indicating intense affection and possibly romantic love. While historians continue to debate the nature of their relationship, it is clear that Fersen was deeply involved in the royal family's attempts to escape during the early stages of the French Revolution, further indicating his close bond with the Queen. Amidst personal challenges and public scrutiny, the diamond necklace affair erupted as a catastrophic scandal. The saga began with an unsold luxury diamond necklace intended for Louis XV's mistress, but later declined by Marie Antoinette, citing more pressing national financial concerns. The situation was exploited by Jeanne de la Motte and her accomplices, who convinced Cardinal de Rohan, seeking to regain royal favour, that he was secretly buying the necklace for the Queen. Through a series of deceptions, including forged letters and a staged appearance by a Marie Antoinette lookalike, the Cardinal was duped into facilitating the purchase and delivery of the necklace, which the conspirators quickly disassembled and sold. Despite her complete non-involvement and ignorance of the scheme, the public scandal deeply damaged Marie Antoinette's public image, as she was already battling perceptions of lavish spending amidst France's financial crisis. The trial that followed the discovery of the fraud was a public spectacle, and although the Cardinal was acquitted, the affair cemented the Queen's image as a symbol of royal excess, and contributed to growing revolutionary sentiments. This incident underscored the disconnect between the monarchy and the people, exacerbating the unrest that would lead to the French Revolution and the eventual fall of the monarchy. As the French populace grappled with severe economic distress and widespread famine, the lavish lifestyle and alleged indiscretions of Marie Antoinette increasingly became symbols of the monarchy's disconnect from reality. The Queen's extravagance and the rumours surrounding her personal life exacerbated public discontent, which was rapidly turning into outrage. Perhaps the most infamous and enduring scandal is linked to the phrase, "let them eat cake," which Marie Antoinette allegedly uttered upon learning that the French peasants had no bread to eat. This quote, though historically unsubstantiated and likely apocryphal, became emblematic of her perceived insensitivity to the plight of the poor and was seized upon by revolutionaries as a symbol of the monarchy's callous disregard for the common people. This misquote, spread by revolutionary pamphlets, cemented her image in the public eye as a monarch oblivious to the suffering around her. As the economic situation worsened, these sentiments fueled revolutionary fervor, drawing nearer to a breaking point. The tension reached its climax on July 14, 1789, with the storming of the Bastille, a fortress prison in Paris symbolizing royal authority. This event marked a turning point in French history, signaling the rise of popular power and the irreversible decline of the monarchy. For Marie Antoinette and her family, it was the beginning of the end, as the revolutionary forces gained momentum. The monarchy's attempts to quell the growing unrest proved futile. In October 1789, a crowd of Parisian women marched to Versailles, furious over bread shortages and the royal family's apparent indifference. The family was forcibly relocated to Paris, marking a significant loss of their autonomy. Over the next few years, as the revolution radicalized, the position of the royal family became increasingly precarious. After the monarchy was officially abolished in 1792, Louis XVI was executed in January 1793, leaving Marie Antoinette and her two remaining children imprisoned and stripped of their royal status. Her trial by the Revolutionary Tribunal later that year was a foregone conclusion. Accused of a myriad of crimes including treason and moral corruption, she was condemned by manipulated evidence and public animosity. Marie Antoinette met her fate with dignity. On October 16, 1793, she was executed by guillotine, her final walk marked by composed resignation. The crowd that once revered her as a fashion icon now watched in silence or jeered as the fallen queen made her way to the scaffold. As Marie Antoinette faced the relentless march to the guillotine, her thoughts may have wandered to her lost children, the crumbling facade of her once grand life, and the cold alienation of her subjects. In these moments, one can imagine her contemplating the harsh juxtaposition between the world's splendor and its cruelty. How might history have remembered her if the whispers of court had not painted her with such a broad brush of disdain? Could she have reformed her image, or was she merely a scapegoat for the inevitable upheaval of a changing France? Following the execution of Marie Antoinette in October 1793, Louis Charles was separated from his remaining family and put under the guardianship of commissioners of the revolutionary government. The conditions of his captivity were harsh and cruel. Reports from the time suggest that he was mistreated and neglected, leading to severe physical and psychological deterioration. Louis Charles died in 1795 at the age of 10, officially from a combination of tuberculosis and scrofula, though the exact cause remains a topic of historical debate and speculation. The eldest and only surviving child of Marie Antoinette and Louis XVI was Marie-Thérèse Charlotte, who endured the imprisonment with her family, but was released from the Temple in 1795, following the fall of Robespierre and the shifting political landscape. She was eventually sent to Austria, her mother's homeland, as part of a prisoner exchange. Marie-Thérèse lived a long life, bearing the scars and memories of her family's tragic end. She became known as the Duchess of Angoulême and played a role in the Bourbon Restoration following the fall of Napoleon. In death, Marie Antoinette became a complex symbol of the excesses of the Ancien Régime and the seismic societal shifts of the French Revolution. Her story is a poignant reminder of the dangers of misrepresentation and the capriciousness of public perception. Over time, historical assessments have shifted, often portraying her not just as a spendthrift queen, but as a woman caught in the crossfires of a monumental political upheaval. Marie Antoinette's life, marked by opulence, controversy and tragedy, continues to fascinate and provoke debate. Her narrative compels us to reflect on the intersections of personal vulnerabilities and the broader forces of history, recognizing the profound impacts of cultural and political perceptions on individual destinies.
If you would like to hear the story of a great woman in history, leave their name in the comments section below. And as always, if you've enjoyed this video or for more great content like this, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss any more of my videos. As always, beautiful people, thank you for watching and hope to see you in the next one.
From the shadowed corridors of the Forbidden City rises the tale of Empress Dowager Cixi, a concubine who ascended to become the de facto ruler of the Qing dynasty. Her journey, steeped in intrigue and political machinations, transformed her into one of the most powerful and polarizing figures in China's history. Amidst allegations of despotism, her reign would leave an indelible mark on the empire, shaping its course and legacy. Or the enthralling saga of Cleopatra VII, the last queen of ancient Egypt. Through strategic romances with Julius Caesar and Mark Antony, she intertwined love with warfare, ambition, and betrayal, reshaping history. Stay tuned as we unravel the full story of the woman behind the myth, exploring her bold gambles and ultimate fate.
See you in the other videos. Goodbye for now.